It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
How can you say that? It's never gonna be okay.
How old were you? Sorry.
First time I was 8. I've been playing up for weeks. My mum had just left him. And I wouldn't do anything he asked me to do. I just kept crying because I missed it. And taking it out on him. I didn't know what was happening. Just that it hurt. And it was wrong. But he said it was all my fault. And he had to do it to punish me. He said everyone knew how naughty I was. And how much of a liar I was.
Why didn't you tell anyone? Your mum.
He said if I told anyone, it'd happen again. But he said if I started being good, then it wouldn't. Because I tried so hard to be good.
Oh, thank God.
Has something happened?
Aaron's gone missing. He's taken some clothes and his passport and no one's seen him all day.
Hey, try not to worry.
Why would he take all that for a night with Robert?
They're back together again.
They better not be. Because believe me, he's no good for Aaron.
Right, I'll have a drive round.
No, Paddy's already done that. He could be anywhere by now.
Well, the girl won't do any harm.
Listen, I know things ended badly between them, but Aaron's no fool. He won't let this lad hurt him again.
Oh, you have no idea.
Then tell me. I don't like seeing you this upset.
Let's go through to the back room. I could do with a break. I'll bring you a drink through. What?
Be careful how much you tell him.
He's his dad. He needs to know what that man is capable of.
Yeah, and you don't want to risk losing Aaron, because that's what could happen. Do not tell him anything about Katie, whatever else you do.
Well, he's either died in the lab or climbed out the window. Either way, no point wasting these.
Did I put my foot in it with the cheesecake?
Finn, he just wanted to sleep with me. Ugh, Carl is gonna love this.
Well, you just ignore her, yeah? It's obviously him that's got the problem, Trace. Don't be giving yourself an hard time.
I'm having a bad day, all right? Don't go making it any worse.
Why would you think I'd do that?
Sorry. I'm just feeling sorry for myself. Bet you're glad I turned you down now, eh?
So what's wrong?
You don't need to listen to me moaning on.
We're still friends. Oh.
It's daft. I asked Jacob if he wanted to live with me, and he said no. He said he'd rather live with David. Then he pointed out I ain't got nowhere for him to stay anyway. I mean, I'm 31. I'm subletting a room in a house share.
So am I.
Oh, if you wanted to go and buy yourself somewhere, you could do that tomorrow. I am struggling to get a business off the ground, and I still owe you all that cash.
Hey, don't worry about that. It doesn't matter where Jacob's living. He still knows that you're there for him.
It's not the same, all right? I wanted to be his mum, okay? I mean, Alicia's his mum and she always will be. Yes, I know, but I just thought maybe, you know, I could be a stand-in.
Layla, make the most of it. You get to be the good cop. You do all the fun stuff. Well, David, he's the one that's nagging him about his homework and turning his music down.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, I'll be thankful you're not feeding him, because I swear to God, he eats his own body weight at every meal. He's gonna love having you around.
Thanks.
You said the first time. Did he do it again?
everything went back to normal. He just pretended like nothing had happened. I started to think maybe I dreamt it, or it couldn't be real. For the next couple of years, he was just like any other dad. It was better in some ways. He'd say things like, it's me and him against the world. That we could do anything. Be better than anyone else. And even when Sandra came along, everything was fine. For a while. And then he had my sister. And I tried. I really tried. But you can't be good forever.
What happened?
I started knocking about with the wrong kids. Thinking I was this big man. I wasn't even 11. I was talking back. Skipping school.
I did all that. Everyone does.
Him and Sandra were rowing all the time. She was threatening to leave him. See how I'd cope dealing with me on my own. One day he came back from work and she packed all the stuff. She said she'd had enough. The school had been on again. And I'd been in another fight. He said I was out of control. He begged her to stay. He promised her that he'd get me back in line. She wasn't to know.
Ashley, what are you doing out here? It's freezing. I've taken a long lunch, so I thought we could go to the cafe. What do you think?
I'm a little tired.
How did your meeting go with the bishop?
He's keen on having an action plan.
Right. Did you tell him it might be years until you start struggling? Well, I've got some good news. I've just got confirmation that my driving ban has been lifted.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So it's going to make life much easier.
Yeah.
Right, I'll put the kettle on.
I'm afraid I missed Graham.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I got caught up in paperwork and lost track of time.
Well, I'll give him a call, make another date.
And then I went to the wrong house. I was trying to get in at Debbie's.
Well, we did live there a long time, didn't we?
We both know what it means.
It doesn't mean anything.
I had it written in my notebook, but what use is that if I forget to look at it?
It was just a slip, isn't it?
And then I was late, and I got so flustered. Robert saw me. It was humiliating. How long before I'm such an embarrassment, everyone starts trying to avoid me? How long before Gabby and Arthur don't want to be seen with me?
That is never going to happen.
Heard you had a hot date.
More lukewarm.
Yes, love.
A bottle of Marlborough Sauvignon, please.
We have a thing called waiting your turn round here.
Oh, and an extra glass for the lady, obviously.
Thought you were driving.
Well, I was assuming you'd also have a thing called taxis round here.
What makes you think I even like Marlborough Sauvignon?
You seem to be enjoying it enough at the wine tasting.
Or that I'd want to drink it with you. My mate obviously wasn't that interested.
For the record, it was actually the other way around. So I picked the wrong woman.
That'll be £18.50, please.
Keep the change. Always like to reward friendly service. Shall we?
I'm trying to ring you.
Why? What's the problem?
Aaron.
What now?
Has he said anything to you about going away?
No, he's supposed to be covering my day for the yard. Why?
Right, well, he's gone missing, along with his passport and a load of clothes.
What? No way. He won't just take off.
Chaz reckons it's to do with her and Gordon.
I don't believe this. Why won't he say anything?
When I was 12, I got into this stupid row with Sandra. She was trying to stop me going out with my mates. I was calling her all sorts. I broke my sister's favourite doll. And that night, I should have been able to stop him. He was still a kid. I just kept quiet. I couldn't talk about it. I just felt dirty and ashamed. I went proper off the rails. But I promised it'd never happen again. Did it? A few years later, Sandra caught me nicking some booze. The anger in his face, I knew it was coming. I just felt trapped. I lashed out and I hit Sandra. All that time and I end up hitting the wrong person. What kind of a bloke does that make me?
One who'd have to deal with too much for too long.
He kicked me out. Best thing he ever did. Part of me wanted to tell my mum, but I knew she'd only blame herself.
She'd have helped. She loves you.
What could she have done? I was out of there, that's all that mattered.
You have to tell her.
What's the point? She's back with him now, she'll think I'm making it up.
Aaron, she'll believe you. You have to tell her.
I can't.
You have to.
I can't. Neither can you.
You think I'm overreacting, don't you? But I know Aaron, and I know when he's going into self-destruct.
Not overreacting exactly, more like overcompensating for walking out when he was a kid.
I'm not the only one who gave up on him.
I'm not having a go. Look, Aaron doesn't want us wading in. Look how he reacted when I offered him that money. You have to let him make his own mistakes and trust that he'll come to you if he needs you. And in the meantime, show him you're getting on with your life.
By letting you buy into this place.
It'll be one less side to Robert.
I suppose.
Look, we'll do things properly. We get the market rate, done through solicitors. And no pressure about me moving in or not. I know it's too soon to be even thinking about that.
But you'd own half of everything.
You'd have full control over the residential side and the pub side if that's what you wanted. I'd be a silent partner. Look, this was meant to be. Everything happens for a reason. And us finding each other again,
You don't have bang on for a silent partner.
Well, is that a yes?
You don't think I upset Auntie Layla earlier, do you? She went a bit quiet.
About wanting to live here?
It's only because there's more room.
Yeah, I know that. So does she.
Hey.
Just don't talk about it too much, eh?
Thought I could come over tonight. Maybe we could go bowling or something.
How much are you paying it?
I've still got some Christmas money left.
It's a very nice thought, but you need to get an early night 'cause it's your first day back at school tomorrow. I've still got the rest of the day, though. Why don't you see if you can get someone to look after the shop? Go over to the pub, get a bit of dinner.
Nice. Can we?
Yeah, of course we can. I'll give my dad a call. You go get cleaned up. All right.
Yeah. I'm happy if he's happy, and he's a lot closer than Portugal.
We can look after him together, eh?
Yeah, too right.
Penny for them?
I've just seen Kane. I've got a fantastic idea.
What, about Kane?
Debbie's house is sat empty, and it sounds like she's going to be away for some time. So why don't we ask if we can rent it from her?
You want to move house?
Well, I've been reading up on it, and it's really important to try and turn negatives into positives.
I doubt they mean uprooting your family every time you make a mistake.
Well, it's just that we were happy there, weren't we, bringing up the children?
And what happens when Debbie comes back? Tell her it's tough, your husband can't cope with living anywhere else. Sorry, Laurel, it's just not feasible.
Don't you deserve a chance to be happy? And doesn't your mum deserve to know the truth about him?
If she ever found out, it'd destroy her. No one else needs to know about any of this.
Till the day you cut yourself too deep.
Well, I'll stop.
And if you can't?
Please, Robbie, you just gotta let me deal with this on my own.
Because that's going really well so far.
Well, thanks for that.
Aaron, you've got nothing to be ashamed of. Look at me. You've done nothing wrong. You have to believe that.
Why are you doing this? You should have walked away months ago.
I told you.
Yeah, I get it. You say you love me.
I do.
After the mess we've made of everything, the way that I forced you to come out.
None of it matters.
I hated watching you fight it like that. I spent years doing that myself. I had this stupid idea that he had caused it, and I wasn't going to let it happen.
You're not gay because of what he did.
Trust me, I know that now. But it's what I thought. I'd finally learned to accept it properly. And then, bang, there he is again, wrecking my life.
You're not going to cope. Seeing him back with your mum.
I don't have to. As soon as I'm better, I'm leaving.
Why should you? Your life's here. It's him that should be suffering.
I can't face anyone else knowing about this. So I'm begging you, Robert. Prove to me that I can trust you.
You know, if you're trying to get me drunk, you're gonna have to do better than that.
That sounds like a challenge.
Reckon you're up for it?
How's tomorrow sound?
Sounds perfect.
We could go somewhere else.
No way. I'm not getting forced out my local. This looks cosy.
You had your chance.
Lucky escape, more like. I guess you're more easily bought than me. Ah.
Can I have lasagna and chips?
Oh, yeah? On a health kick, are you?
Got to carb up, haven't I? Show you what real running looks like, if you're man enough.
Oh, right, well, I'd like to see you try.
Loser does washing up for a week.
Do you know what? You can have it with a nice healthy salad. And you lump it.
Get in, proper nag. Salad, yeah. And a sneaky bowl of chips.
No!
Did you eat some of them?
I don't think so.
Nah, neither did I.
Cheers, Auntie Larry.
Do you know what? Why don't you get him a couple of garlic breads to go on the side? I'd hate him to go hungry.
Laurel, I'm sorry. It's been a stressful day.
I know you're worried about what happened today and what might happen in the future.
I'd rather not think about it. Not just now.
I just think if we move back across the road, it might help. I know it's a big step, but I just don't think we can rule it out.
We've got Dad to consider, and Arthur.
Well, they're not going to mind. There's loads more room, and I've always loved that house.
Me too, but it's not ours anymore, and Debbie will come back at some point.
Yeah, and we'll deal with that when it happens. But we've got to get better at living for the moment. Making the most of all the time that we've got, if that be years and years, or not so many.
Then let's talk to Kane.
Are you sure?
Live for the moment. That sounds like a plan.
I don't know where else to look.
Phone's still off.
But he'll have to get back in touch at some point. He's not going to just walk away from the business, is he? And he won't leave without saying goodbye either.
Well, I hope not.
We hate your chips.
Hey, you've only been gone 2 minutes. Still, I won't put it past you.
Yeah, tell me about it. My profits are going down. Don't know how one human being can eat so much bread.
Called growth spurts. But I guess you didn't have many of them.
I'm taller than you.
Only just.
Hey, you can always come round to my house, you know, if you get sick of all these.
Yeah, a little bit young to be toddling over the road.
Looks like you'll have to bring your daddy then. I can think of worse things. How about tomorrow?
Well, yes, I suppose we could. Well, she's meant to be going to Brenda and Bob's tomorrow.
Even better. You don't mind, do you, if I have your daddy to myself?
Is it getting worse? You look terrible. I wish you'd let me take you back. The nurse said you were really ill.
Surviving so far.
You wouldn't really leave, would you? Well, your mum thinks we were together last night, by the way. Can't say she was too happy about it.
What did you expect? Thanks for not telling her, though.
So, what happens now? We can't stay here forever.
I'm not asking you to.
It's not going to go away, you know. However much you try and hide. Well, I'll be here. Whenever you're ready to do whatever it is you need to do. And I'm not going to tell anyone, but I promise. You're not on your own. Not anymore.
And if you've been affected by issues raised in tonight's episode, you can visit itv.com/advice for further information. Coming up next tonight, we've all new Birds of a Feather.